Our next greeter, and he will basically fire up this line of speakers, is Yuval Wagner, the chairperson, the founder of Access Israel. After being paralyzed in 1987 in a helicopter crash, he realized he's living in a country that was not accessible at all. And instead of sitting home and moping about it, he decided to change. And Israel today has advanced. There's always, I say, job security. There's still a lot to do, but I'm very, very honored and happy to invite Yuval to speak and open this. Please, Yuval.
Thank you, Michal. I'm excited about this webinar as a founder and a leader of Access Israel. I'm myself a white person with bald and brown eyes, roundish face, and I'm wearing a green dark sweatshirt. And I want to share with you that I was in charge of coming up with this line of speakers, which I'm so excited to hear everyone today here. And I truly hope you will enjoy and gain some value from amazing things that are done around the world, and you will be able to gain, to partner, to work with, to communicate with those speakers. And this is the whole idea, as Michal said before, of these webinars and networks. It's not just to hear and that's it. It's to hear and learn, hear to implement, share, and work together. This couldn't be happen without so many friends of ours from over the years that I consulted with arranging this list of speakers. It's with Ricardo Garcia from ATOS and Christopher Lee from ICT G3C, from G3 ICT, and Robin Tim that we just saw from Zero Project, and Eric Lee from Opening Doors, and Marcy Ross from WID that you will see, she is #1, and Bruria Dini from Tel Aviv University, which is a researcher and a leader in the area too, and Jamie Lavner for Accessibility Accelerator, and Deborah Rue, and Stefan, and many more, Stefan provided and many more that make it happen. And the last thing that I want to connect to this is personal. As Michal said, I myself, I'm a disabled person. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking maybe to say a proud disabled person, but no, it's not about proud to be a disabled person. That's who I am for many, many years already. And disability, to live with this disability is a challenge always. And as Access Israel and many organizations around the world, we work to make our world and our countries and our communities more accessible daily. This is what we do our daily. And we do it in many areas of life, in tourism, transportation, health, education, commerce, and more. But today, we are talking about a very, very, very unique issue, which is emergency situations or disasters. Like I always say, no one wants to be sick. No one wants to have to be actually finding yourself in a disaster situation. It's something that you hopefully never be into it. You never want to be in an earthquake. You never want to be in a flood. You never want to be in a fire. You never want to be in a war. But it happens. Even though we don't want it to happen, it happens. If we're lucky, it happens and we know it in advance, like in weather emergencies. And if we are smart enough, we are prepared in advance and evacuate in advance. But in some cases, we don't have any warnings. And that is, for me, the issue, because as a person with disability, that just for basic living, I have my caregiver, I have my medicine, I have my health equipment that I need, the treatment that I need. When I have to deal with all my daily needs as a person with disability in a situation of emergency, that is very, very extremely difficult. And that's why I'm so obligated to lead with Access Israel and with our friends and colleagues over here in this forum to make sure countries are in the world are ready. Oh, I don't know if the word is ready, but do their best to make sure they're prepared in advance to help us, specifically people with disabilities, to stay alive in case of disasters, to help us go through emergency situations. Because you have to understand, in most cases, the slogan, "we are left behind, don't leave them behind," this is exactly what happens in emergency situations. We are the last in the chain. And our challenge here today is to learn from each other to make sure that we are prepared and in advance to make sure we are taking care in case of emergencies.